When men are looking for a girlfriend that could potentially be a wife or a long-term relationship, there are three types of women that are out there. At least I've boiled them down to at least these three that you need to take into careful consideration when you're doing so. So in today's video, we're going to talk about these three and what things to look for, to consider if you yourself as a man are looking to get in a long-term relationship or simply play the field. So let's get into it. All right, as you can see, I am down here at Venice Beach today. I wanted to mix it up a little bit. I was kind of thinking, hey, you know what? Since I have this beautiful scenery to hang out in, let's give it a shot for at least one video and see what happens. So, all right, so let's get to today's topic, and that is there are three categories of women out there that you need to consider when you are out dating, whether you're looking for something long-term, whether it be long-term girlfriend or a marriage or simply something just for fun, whatever floats your boat. And these three types of women fall into these categories. They are women who are a lot of fun but are simply not relationship material, women who are a lot of fun and are relationship material, and then women who are not fun at all and that you should never consider getting to a relationship with, period. So let's go through each of these categories and I'll explain to you what they are so you get a sense of what's out there and what you're dealing with and what you need to consider with each and every one of these categories. Okay, so the first one is girls who are a lot of fun but are not good long-term relationship material. These type of women, I'm going to start with the no-brainer part of this category, which is these women are simply a lot of fun. You love to bring them around friends. They're high energy, they're bubbly, they're fun, they're attractive to you. They're the type of girls that you love to bring around your friends or your family because as a man, you feel proud of the way that they look. They hit it for you in all those angles. They're charismatic oftentimes, they're sweet, they are sexy, and they have a lot of great qualities going for them. They look good, they have great bodies, they are fashionable. These are all things that, of course, what you consider to be attractive, what you consider to be fashionable, because every man's going to have a little bit different preference. But these are the things that you are drawn to, that you're attracted to. They're also the type of women who are great in bed. These are the women who just do it for you sexually. And I can get a little bit more broad with this category because these type of women are just, they know how to, they have such a skill set when it comes to sex. This is the sort of crazy stuff. The crazy sex that gets men hooked. And in my experience, these are the type of women who do the craziest, kinkiest, wildest shit that, you know, as a man, a lot of men are into, because when a woman is this sexual, that man takes it as she is sexual for me and he loves. It makes a man very proud and it makes a man it feel really good when a woman does certain things for him or for him, that he believes that she's just doing it for him. Okay, now the flip side to this type of a woman is what I call the D&T, the drama and the trauma. Oftentimes these type of women are full of drama and they come from a background of chaos. Maybe it was in their family, maybe it was a past relationship or even a past marriage where something happened to them to cause trauma. And so because of this, a lot of the times, even though the fun times are really fun, the bad times are really bad. And what this means for you as a man is that you are going to have to deal with a lot of up and downs and chaos. Now, Obviously, as men, we have to deal with this on a daily basis. But whether it be with work, whatever you do for a profession, but a lot of the times men want to come home to peace. But these type of women, now there may be stretches where you do get this peace, but then there's going to be stretches where it's craziness, whether it be that her family is crazy and chaotic and she's bringing that into your relationship, or like I said, because of the trauma of the past, whether it be some dude she went out with before, a marriage, etc., it's bringing that chaos into your relationship and it's causing you a lot of stress. Now, and this is what makes it difficult to have a long-term relationship with this type of woman. Now, with this type of woman, I want to approach it from the flip side, which is that of you as the man in the relationship. Now, regardless, you still have to be masculine. These type of women, I've noticed, especially the ones who are very sexually crazy and deviant and pull on those heartstrings of just that sexual intensity, they come from a background in which they lacked any masculine leadership in their life. So in order for you to maintain and calm this type of woman down, you need to be 24/7 in a very intense and masculine state. Now, you should always be have a masculine presence, but with this particular type of woman, you're going to have to work overtime, because these type of women, like I said, the drama and the trauma, they are going to always be testing you. They don't trust men, whether it was their father, a past lover, boyfriend, husband that caused something. They are going to have these issues. Now, we can make the argument that it's their responsibility to work through it, and I agree with that. But let's just look at if you get into a situation where she's just hasn't done that, well, you're going to have to be extra masculine. You're going to have to put your foot down. You're going to have to really have severe consequences for bad behavior. And a lot of guys simply don't have the wherewithal to handle this. It's not fun to having to check your girl that often. It's not fun having to put your foot down when bad behavior arises. But this is what is necessary when you're with a woman who's like this. Now, there's going to be varying degrees of her level of drama and trauma, but for the most part, you're going to have to deal with this. And that's why a lot of the times women who are extremely physically attractive or sexually just wild in bed connect with men who are over the top masculine, who end up being quite vicious with their masculinity, because those kind of guys too, they're sort of the opposite ends of it, where they have this outwardly strong masculine presence, but then there's an insecurity where they turn to a lot of violence or physicality with a woman. And it's because those type of women, oftentimes they have such drama that they are drawn to men who have that ability to check them. Okay, now most guys in this day and age simply do not have what it takes to check a girl and put their foot down with her, because it's not easy. It's uncomfortable at times, and especially with so many of the men today that are soft and weak, they simply can't do this. They would never think to do it, and even if they know, they're unwilling to do it. Now, even for men who are masculine and are confident in their masculinity and who are good masculine leaders, they don't want to have to deal with this type of bullshit either. Men who are masculine and who put in a good day's work, they want to come home to a woman who will make their life easier. Okay? So this is the type of woman out there that you're going to run into, that you're going to be attracted to. They're going to be charismatic. You're going to be sexually attracted to them, and they're a lot of fun. And you wish that it could work between the two of you. But you're going to have to discern that this is the type of woman that, and you have to accept her for who she is. Don't try to change her, because you never will. If she's a girl that's fun but not really relationship material, accept her for what she is, and just realize that this will never, most likely, ever go anywhere that's long-term because of all the drama and the trauma. You, as a man, have to come to that realization and lead yourself to follow a different path if you do indeed want something that's more long-term. If you want this short-term, then it could potentially work if you're willing to put up with what I just said before. Now, let's talk about the women who are a lot of fun, but are good long-term relationship material, who are or relationship material, period. Because I think you always want to be with someone who you enjoy being with, okay? These type of women, they're going to be fun, but I will say this, in my experience at least, they have a different approach to sexuality than some of the crazy girls, the crazy hot girls. And we all know the crazy hot scale, which says that the hotter they are, the crazier they are, but of course, the more sexual they are. And women who are good relationship material, of course they're sexual, of course they're into it, but it's just a different type. You know, the women who come from backgrounds where there's trauma, especially women who come from either overly, like the type of fathers who were over the top crazy, or fathers who were passive and very feminine and didn't provide a lot of masculinity, these type of women crave men who really dominate in the bedroom. And the reason why is because those type of women generally tend to be very masculine, and so the men that they interact with are very feminine, so they need, when it comes to the bedroom, a man who will really take charge in the bedroom so they can feel just a little bit of that femininity, because they never feel it during their day-to-day. Now, women who are fun but have who are good relationship material, they're going to, of course, enjoy the bedroom, and you still need to, fuck them really good. And but they're just going to have a different approach where they're not maybe into some of the crazy stuff, or they don't have the same level of interest in the crazy stuff that maybe some of those girls with the drama and trauma have. And this is just a reality that I've seen time and time again. They're going to be great lovers, they're going to be great in bed, they're going to be very sexual, they're going to be into it, but they may just be different when it comes to some of that craziness. And you have to realize this and accept it. It's still going to be great, but it's going to be a different ball game. Now, what makes them relationship material is the fact that they've come from a family that has a strong father figure, a strong mother figure, and they've seen what it's like to come to interact as a man and woman, a husband and wife. Their fathers are strong masculine role models that they trust. So they intrinsically trust men, and they're going to look to you for leadership and trust. The women from the drama and trauma, they don't really trust men. They've come from a weak family background, so they don't trust men intrinsically. But the women who are good relationship material, their father was a strong father figure, they respect him, they look up to him, and so therefore that's going to translate into their relationship and how they see you. So you have to be ready for that. So like I said, for any of these type of women, you have to still be a strong masculine leader. It doesn't mean that you can sit back and not fulfill your masculine duties. However, with women who are more long-term material, you're not going to have to be so intensely putting them in their place all of the time. They're going to understand that maybe you need some time alone, or they're going to understand and read the room that you need some time, or that they don't need to test you all the time because they trust you intrinsically, versus the women who just don't trust men. They're always testing you to see if you really truly mean what you say. And this is where so many men get tired with the drama and trauma women, because they just consistently are testing them. Women who are from a healthier perspective and who are good long-term relationship material, they're going to test less. They're still going to test. All women are going to test you to feel your strength, especially if you're not living up to your full potential. They're going to test you, but they're going to do it less, and they're going to be really good communicators. They're going to express themselves. They're going to generally let you know what's going on. They're going to want to support you, and it's just so much less drama. Now, a lot of guys say that they're not attracted to, not a lot, but sometimes men say they're not attracted to these type of women as much as the other ones. And the reason why, oftentimes, is just simply because of that sexual element. Once you, in a way, take a bite of that fruit of that craziness, somehow it becomes something very addictive to men and women, for that matter. But and you have to be able to discern the difference between the chaos versus the calm, and understand that having a woman who brings peace and ease, so that's the drama and trauma, and then the peace and ease. You want the peace and ease because your life is already, you work, you're looking to provide for your family or take care of for long term, and at the end of the day, you want that peacefulness, that she makes your life easy, not more difficult. So now, a lot of the times, too, I will say this, is that there's different levels of attraction. I think that guys are just sometimes pulled towards women who are full of the drama. And this comes again down to the idea that men love to be the hero of the story and rescue and save to prove their worth. When a woman is a little bit more even-keeled and doesn't necessarily, she's not full of drama and that past trauma, she doesn't need that saving because she has a healthy self-esteem. She can handle things on her own. She's more regulated. And you may feel as though you're not as fulfilling, but you still can step into your masculine leadership. You're still going to be leading the relationship, and you're still going to be doing all the things that you normally would, but it's just so much easier and laid back. And you have to learn, because this may be something that you have to figure out that with of yourself, that you're drawn towards these drama-filled women. And that could potentially be the cause of some of your relationship troubles. So women who bring the peace and ease, these are the women who are a lot of fun. They are good communicators. They consider you. They look out for you. They care for you. They're proud of you. And they are also going to be coming from a healthy background and want to work things through with you. So you have to be able to bring that to them. You still have to be a leader and show them the way and guide them and be a source of strength. But it's a very different experience than women who are full of drama and trauma, who are just very all over the place, and you have to constantly be putting your foot down. You still have to do this with the women who are relationship material, but it's to a lesser degree, and there's more peace in the relationship. Now, the third category is the women who are no fun. And these are women that, if you're following me, I really hope that you're not involved with women like this. If you're involved with women like this, let me tell you what they're like. They're domineering, they're controlling, they're bitchy, they are never satisfied, they want to just control the man that they're with. If you're in a relationship like this and you're following me, then you need to book a session with me ASAP, because none of the men following me should be in a position like this. That is no way to live. And if you are in a position like that, that is a you problem. You have low self-esteem. You have issues putting your foot down and standing up for yourself. No way should you be with a woman like this. That's just, there's no excuse for that. So these type of women they can't be saved no matter how masculine you are, no matter how much of a leader you think you are. These are women that are too far gone. There's something damaged about them that simply is going to be brutal to you no matter what kind of man you are. And if you put your foot down, they're going to come back and say you were doing something bad to them, whatever. These are the type of women that are vicious. They're out to get you. They're vindictive, and they have no scruples. They have no sense of morals and no sense of empathy or compassion towards anybody else. So these are the type of women that are no fun. So obviously avoid those type of women. And like I said, if you're involved with women like this, you need to book a session with me ASAP, because you need to get out of that. So these are the three different categories out there that you need to consider if you're thinking about, depending on what you're looking for, okay? Whether you want something that's just fun and short term with some of these drama-filled women, or something more long-term with a woman who's fun but is more long-term relationship material. And obviously the third type, which is the no fun women at all, that you should be avoiding, period. Now, every man has to make up his own mind, but I do think that there is something to be said for a man who's honest about what he's looking for. If you're not looking for a long-term relationship, then, you know, potentially being with a woman who's a lot of fun, who is full of drama and trauma, could potentially work. But again, at the same time, you know, there is something to be said about the energy you give off towards women who, because at the end of the day, they're human too. They have feelings, emotions as well. Even though they've been hurt in the past, doesn't mean that you need to compound that hurt. I'm not saying be a simp and some white knight savior, but be honest with yourself about what you're looking for and what if you potentially are leading them on to something that you have no intention of seeing through all the way. And if you're looking for something long-term, then you need to be considering that and looking for the signs and the signals, like that I mentioned before, of women who would be good in a long-term relationship. All right? So I just released a brand new guide that I'm very excited about. Just released it today, actually. It's called the Gentleman's 12-Step Guide to Dropping Panties. I love the name. And this guide is something that I've accumulated I think about 9 years of analyzing and looking at men who are who are irresistible to women. These 12 traits. So take a look, grab that guide down below, read it, look through it, master it, embody them, and I think you will really see a difference in not just your life with women, but your life by yourself. Because this is ultimately, whether you're with a woman or not, I want you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and live a fulfilling life. So grab that guide down below. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to the channel because I drop videos every single week. So that's it for this one. We're here at Venice Beach. I'm doing a little bit something different today, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the day, and I will see you in the next video.